Okay, so I will start, but I would use the fact that you guys have screens in front of you. So maybe you can help me with some things, okay?
Okay.
Working on the same file, just do whatever I asked you to do and don't go on your own yet.
Sure.
So first, let me open up with congratulations to us all for being here at this very moment in different parts of the world and different time zones. But at least we got to this moment, which I think is kind of exciting. Um, it was a long process of negotiation and pre-sale, and after you have made your decision, then Joshua has to a lot of work, and he did a very good job in preparing data for us to enter into the system. So basically, the system you see now is loaded with data and ready for work. It does not have yet real files, real touristic information, but it has all the background, all hotels and sites and agents and so on. One thing to keep in mind is that because it's a fresh new system, there might be some bugs or unexpected issues. Those issues happens because we maybe did not hook up exactly what we have to. So if such a thing happen, please do not panic. Just talk to us and we'll do the best to fix everything as fast as we can. If you have feature requests, you see my screen, right?
Yeah.
So here in the under the support, you're able to send us feature requests. So if you think there is something missing, just write it down. And then once in a while, I'll sit with Joshua and we see what are the features, if the company, what the company think about them, what we think about them, and we can discuss later development. But as far as problems goes, right now you can use the email until things set down and we make sure everything is okay. So you can use the emails or you can use this support, whatever you prefer. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know how much you remember from our last time, but we'll start fresh. So basically, I logged in, and what you see here is the home screen. Okay. In the home screen, which is to be changed a little bit in the new version, but it's the same functionality. Here you have the search. You see where my cursor at? Just do something like that when you understand what I'm saying. So I know it's working.
Yeah.
Great. So in the search, I can use the search to search data within the system. For example, a hotel name. Can you give me a hotel name?
Hilton.
Hilton. Okay. So I see 4 Hiltons. Let's Hilton Queenstown. When I click that, I can also see all the information that is already put in the system regarding this supplier. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Same goes for sites, clients, client name. You see, this is a client. You see the little logo, so you can see it's a client. Same way, you can click it and then you see relevant information about that client. Um, this search bar goes along all the way throughout the system. So you can always use it. In the homepage, it's here, but then later it goes here to the top part of the screen. But it's the same search, the same functionality. Um, Now, below that, you see 4 categories of files. I remind you, files is a potential tour. It can be a potential tour in a quotation stage, or a potential tour in reservation, or even a real tour that arrived and left. They all have the same number because it's the same life cycle of the same um, entity, sorry, the same tour. So the tour gets a number once you make a quote, and then the number goes on. If it's never booked, then it's okay. It's left as a quote, no problem with that. So here you can see the first tab is the most recent files you have accessed. Arrived are tours which are currently happening. Pending arrival 30 days before arrival, and departed 30 days after departure. Beneath that, we have another box with reports and further information, which I'm not gonna get into today, but you can look on it on your own. On the right side, we have create and search. Search is sometimes misleading. People think, but I have the quick search here. Yeah, that's correct. But the quick search is only search by name or file number. In this search, it's much more, oh, see, there is something. I'll fix it later. But in this search, there's a further search which you can search by different parameters like file arrival date or the hotel they're sleeping and so on. Okay. And then the most important button to start with is create file. This is what we're gonna do right now. So are you guys okay? Everything is clear?
Yeah, yeah, all good.
Okay. So I'll start by creating a new file. So Joshua send me a scheduled itinerary, a sample itinerary to create. So we'll do it together, okay?
Okay.
So when I am about to create a new file, I have been asked a few questions, only a few questions. What is the file name? Okay, like the tour name. So do you have a name, Joshua, or we make it test one?
We can make it test one.
Okay.
Yeah.
One important thing is that this is a live system. It's not system to play with it. I mean, you can play with it, but just understand it's gonna stay there. This file I'm gonna create is gonna stay there forever, unless we have a problem, it's deleted, but it's very, very bad if it's deleted, okay? So if you want to play with things you're not sure, you can always go to the demo. The demo is also for playground, sandbox. This is your real system. You can make test files. There's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure that you understand that it's gonna stay there. We cannot come and delete it later. It's very tricky, so we don't delete stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so that's test one. Now it's the type of the tour. What to do in that case?
It's group, is it?
Okay. Nationality.
Singaporean.
Okay. And then arrival and departure. So when I click, there's a little calendar.
Yeah.
Do you have dates?
Just say September 2021.
Okay. I can either use this one, okay?
Yeah.
Or I can type on my own, or I can use the navigation here. So December, let's say the 1st.
Yeah, the first.
And then it's automatically in December now. How many nights was this one? 7 nights?
9.
9 nights.
Sorry,
So,
yeah, 9.
so they leave on the 10th, and here I have nights calculation.
Oh, sorry, 8 nights. Sorry, living on day 9.
Okay. And then I can choose who's the client.
Yeah.
So what should I put in?
I can put it any clients, maybe.
Any?
Yeah. Just
Which
for.
We don't have such one.
Yeah, you can choose which one, Uni Wonder or tour organizers.
All right. Tour organizers is a general, right? It's not a real agency.
It's a real
agency, but
real
in the Philippines. So maybe change nationality to Philippines if you want.
Okay, so maybe
this is example.
An unnamed client or whatever. So just in case people can use, but it's up to you. It's whatever you prefer. Okay, so let's take it travel. Where was this one? Tour organizers by Philippine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, this is the only things I have to put in. If I want, I can put further information, but that's the things I have to do. Okay. So I can put how many people or keep it on 0. I can change the currency, but you're only working with dollars, New Zealand dollars, so no problem with that. And then here under advanced, there are further questions which you can put in or not. So the operator is the individual within the office who handles this file. It's automatically the one which is logged in. But if you want to make a file for your friend, you can change it here. You can also change it later. Salesperson we don't use here. Tour leader, language, Filipino English.
Yep.
And then markup. You know how you do your markup? We allow 2 options, either a flat fee or percentage. Okay. So which one do you prefer? You can have both, by the way, but let's start with the simple.
We go with percentage. Let's say 5%.
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
Okay. So this is all the information I've entered, and now I'm creating. Let's hope it's going to work because it's the first file in your system. Oh, very well. So as you can see here, you have the schedule, the planning screen, as we call it, where you can now start putting all the relevant information about this tour. Now, all of you guys on your own computers, you see that you have the search on the top. You can search for test and you can access this file because it's already been created. Okay. In your home screen, I see it. You see?
Okay.
Oh, I see there's a new test. Somebody was quick. That's okay. Nice. So because I'm logged in as a manager, so I see everybody's files. But when you log in, you just see the ones you created, or it depends on permission level. But you can still access them. You see, I can access this one either by number or by name. You see, both works.
Okay.
Okay. So far, is it clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes, it's clear.
Thank you very much. 1 second, I've lost my orientation. Okay. So I'm going back to the file I've just opened. Okay. So here on the top, I have all the information that I already put in. Okay. The name, the type, the nights, number of people, and so on. If I want to change that, I can click this edit button. And now that information is opened for me for editing. Everything I made in the previous screen, I can change. The only thing I cannot change is the leading currency. You see, the currency is the only one I cannot change, but it's not relevant for you because you work only with one currency, so no issues here. All right. Here on the top left, I have a burger menu with a few options. We'll discuss them later. I see here that this file is in quotation mode, and I see it's a group. Here, I have a few more buttons. We'll go later. But the main thing is my schedule. So the schedule looks like that. I have line in the table for each type of service, while the column of the table are the different days. Okay, so the schedule goes from left to right. You see, that's my first day, my second day, etc. And I can see the date and the day of week and so on. So Joshua, I need your help, please, because I don't want to split my little screen. Well, let's start planning.
Okay.
Okay.
So day 1 is arriving Christchurch. So day 1 is only dinner and hotel.
Okay, so I'm starting with the bus. Do you have bus here?
Yeah, we have bus. Let's say half day.
Mm-hmm. So you see, when I click on the bus, the line opens, and for each day I can choose. We can make it a little bit shorter later, so it's not so brutal. But the default is the full day, and then I can make a change if I want to. So I'm putting for a half a day. Okay.
Yeah, let's say half a day.
And then guide. Do we use guide?
No, we don't use guide.
Okay.
Rarely, hardly
All
ever.
along?
Not always. No, very rare.
No, I mean, in that case, in the whole file is no guide, right?
No,
No
yeah,
guide.
it's no guide,
So
free.
I put free. Okay. Apply,
Yep.
no guide all days. Now, under events, I can have the dinner. Okay. So which restaurant is that?
Let's say, where is
Okay.
it?
1 second, please.
Mhm.
1 second.
Tapi kalau ada guide, harganya yang masukin siapa ya?
Kita yang masukin.
Nah,
Kayak di,
tapi tinggal dimasukin itu aja 8 jam, 4 jam gitu ya.
yeah.
Udah nggak biasa, udah lama nggak sekolah. Ngantuk jadi ya gimana ya.
Okay, so let me see why it's not working.
Mhm.
1 second, please. Let's see if the site's working. Not either. Okay. 1 second. This is the kind of things I was talking about before that might not work in the first time, just because
Yeah.
something is not connected. Okay. Okay, this might take 2 minutes to fix. So you stay with me, but just you can read news or whatever you wish to do. Okay, this might take a little bit more, so I don't want to keep you on hold. So I'll continue with a few more things, and then we'll take a break and I fix it and I come back. Okay. Sorry for that trouble. But this is kind of things that if they happen, then just email me directly and we'll fix them ASAP. Okay, let's see if the hotels works. Oh no, they do not work either. That's very bad. Okay, so maybe we'll take a 5 minutes break. Okay, you can do whatever you wish, and I'll reconnect when I'll stay connected, but I'll let you know when it's okay. I'm really sorry again for that. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes things happens. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
no worries.
Sorry for the trouble.
Cak. Cak.
Ocha,
Ya. Kenapa?
Cak. Tadi login ke Mango-nya pakai www. Ketinggalan. Login ke ininya pakai itu ya. Apa sih?
kamu lihat di chat,
www.
list buka chatnya kamu itu ada linknya dari si Yoswa.
Bentar.
Kamu buka chat. Di Zoom-nya ada chat, kamu buka chatnya, itu ada linknya. Bisa buka chatnya nggak?
Chatnya yang ini kan Pak. I'm in waiting room.
Bukan chat yang di Zoom-nya.
Oh.
Itu ada linknya dari si Yoswa.
Ora ono Pak Steven.
Hah? Nggak ada? Ini saya resend deh. Coba.
Apa aku join telat? Kosong. Thank you Pak.
Mungkin. Saya coba lagi.
Ini aku pakai hotspot jadi entar on, entar off, entar on.
Keluar. Oke.
Udah bisa, Bu.
Lagi loading.
Oh.
Udah ada. Oke. Thank you.
Yours?
Hello?
Yeah, it's still recording. I think you should stop it.
Oh,
It's one of these.
can you please share the screen again, Michael?
Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. Okay. My bad.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, so I start over.
Yeah.
I click on the events, then I click on restaurants. Okay. Then I can see here the list of all the restaurants I have. Okay. So
Yeah.
which one?
Uh,
Maybe
okay.
regular Chinese.
You can go the red elephant.
I have here a little search. Red elephant, standard dinner, I guess, right?
Yeah. That's correct.
So when I click that, it automatically comes in with its cost.
Yeah.
Is it cost?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's a weird cost, isn't it?
It's not cheap.
What? Okay, so this is the cost, how much I'm paying for the meal, and this is the price, how much I'm selling this meal. If everything is normal, then I just keep the two numbers. But there are some cases that I might like to make a change. For instance, I want a menu which is not listed here, okay? So I can take an existing menu and change the two numbers. Or if for some reason I'm getting a discount, so I can still pay less, but sell for the contract rate, or I can make the discount here. If I want to give it for free, then I can put here how much I'm really paying, but here I put 0 if I want to give it as a gift to the client, and so on. Okay, so there are a variety of options while you tweak the numbers, but the default is you take what's in there.
Yeah.
Okay. When I click save, wait a second. I see the new restaurant I just added here in the bottom. Okay. So in that case, in our case, I just take and drag it to be on the first day. Unscheduled means no specific hour.
Yeah.
Okay. So we started with the restaurant, and now let's go to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
1 second, please. 1 second. I just say goodbye to my wife.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. So now let's take hotel. Hotel for how many nights, Yosua? The first hotel?
Let's say 1 night.
Okay, so 1 night, I
Yeah.
click on this button
Mm-hmm.
just to make sure this is the first night. So I can see it's overlapping from the first day to the second day of the tour, okay? But it is the first night. It's 1 box, means 1 night. And I'm using, there are 2 lines here, 2 rows, so I'm using the upper one, the top one, okay? So this is only 1 night. This is the hotel choice window. It's a little bit complicated, but we got through it quickly. So I see it's a guest's hotel, right? Hotel for the guests. I see I can now choose which hotel that.
Let's say Ibis Christchurch.
Okay. By the way, parentheses, Joshua, you see, there's this one. Something went wrong with it. So we need to fix it because it makes all the lists be so big, you see? Like one of these got a very long name for some reason.
Yeah.
We can together fix
That's a lot.
it. Okay, so sorry, what was the name of the hotel you said?
Ibis Christchurch.
Ibis Christchurch. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I chose it. Okay. And now, wait a second, I need to get a cat in. I'm sorry for all the disturbance. Okay, now I have here 1 night from the first to the second, 1 night, and then the board arrangement. Okay. And it says here rates are per person in double room per night. So I put the board. Is half board okay?
Let's say bed and breakfast, BB.
Okay. And then here I put the rates. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you know the rate, Yosa?
Let's put it like 150.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the rate per person in double room per night. You see here? Just to make clear. And then
so the cost here, is it per person or per night? Per room, I mean.
It's per person in double room per night. Okay.
So let's say then the cost will be 75 because it's per person.
It's not per room. It's per room if I have the whole file as FIT file. But if it's a group file, then it's per person. Okay.
All right.
We can do both, but now we use this example, so but it's mentioned here, so you don't get lost. And then here I have all the other options like single supplement, child reduction, and so on. Okay, so let's make single supplement 65.
Yeah. Okay. 65.
Makes sense. And then I save. Okay. So you see, first night is Ibis Christchurch. Now, let's continue. Okay. So let's make all the hotels for the tour. Can you You know what? Maybe also, maybe you can do it on your own computer.
Yeah, okay.
So share your screen, please, so we can watch you.
Okay, hold on. Where is mine? Share screen. One. So it looks a bit different on mine. I don't see the date here.
Yes, you need to click on the hotels. You see next to the hotel, there's a little pencil. So when you click it, it becomes editable. So now you
Right.
can see. Okay?
Gotcha.
This is why I prefer other people to do it and not myself. We see all the little things.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see. This one. The beachfront hotel Hokitika. This is BB. This is per person. Oops. Let's say 80 over here. And price maybe 70. Save. What's next? Wanaka. Wanaka. Wanaka Hotel. It's the same BB. 75. 75. Let's see, 65. Save. Then we go to Queenstown.
One night in every city?
Hey?
One
Yeah.
night.
Maybe I should change it. Hey? Maybe I should make it quick. Let's see, change this one to 2 or 3 nights. Six. 7. 5. Whoa. How many more? Moncook, Hermitage. This is half board. Expensive, isn't it? Moncook.
I cut the name of the other hotel to be short. So now you see the hotel is got a narrower box.
Oh yeah.
The way it's supposed to be.
Let's see ground. Oh. Back to Christchurch. Let's say 90. All right, done.
Done. Awesome. Very good. Now let's go under events and let's start adding the daily plan and the daily like sites and restaurants. Okay, can you do that?
Yeah. So events. We don't have train. Christchurch. What's the difference? Okay. Now I'm confused. Day 3. Day 3 Wanaka. Day 4.
So you can put all the sites first and then drag them into their location.
Okay.
That's the recommended way. So you basically, you can make a quote without placing them on a.
Okay. Can I put multiple activities here? Milford Sound. Okay. So that's it. Is here. Here. Restaurants. Let's go Skyline. Stratosphere. Which one is dinner? There you go. Found it. Dinner. What is the restaurant in Omarama? Heritage. What's the restaurant takeout? Gohan. Teriyaki. Tempura. Gohan bento. Save. This is goes to, let's say this one, right? And this one. And this one. Oh, I forgot another one.
Sorry, can you see me now?
Yeah.
Good. Sorry that my internet fell, so now it's back.
Oh, good.
Okay, very good job. Anything else missing on the
Hold on.
on the plan?
Okay, I need to move it here. No, that's all. Let's see like this.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
now when the core is done, we can proceed. So basically we finished making the schedule of the tour. We put all the services. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if I want to add more services which are not listed, a site should be listed, a restaurant should be listed. If there's something wrong, you go to Yoso and you fix it. But let's say the client says, I want to have evening dancing class with folk dancing. And you don't have such a thing. You don't even know a supplier. So you start doing your research and you find a supplier, but you don't want to put it in the system. You might not even end up actually buying his services. So if you want to add anything manually, which is not in the system, you go to the other box, the one on the left, the last one on the left side.
This one?
Yes. In this one, you can basically add anything which you don't know where you buy it from yet, but you just want to make it as part of the pricing. So you can type in whatever you wish. It's free text, and you can put in the numbers.
Okay. What should I put this?
I just gave an example of fall dancing. You can put whatever you wish.
Okay, Hakka dance. Is the price per person or per service?
Oh, so it's up to you.
Oh, this one.
Yes, you see? Global or per person?
Let's say 500. That's it. Save.
Yes.
Oh,
Now,
where is it?
even the dance is part of the schedule. If you want, you can place it in a specific day, or you can leave it here. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when we completed making the schedule, we can proceed. So I'll take the screen share, please.
Yep. Hold on.
Okay.
Yep.
So very good job, Yesua. Now, let's continue. So one thing we can do, we can send the client a link. You see that link here? In that link, he can see the itinerary. Okay, everything we put in is now appearing here. Also, the nice description for every place, a website link, and so on. If you put in photos, by the way, it would include photos of the attraction sites, restaurants, and so on. So
Okay.
that's one thing that the computer does automatically. It takes all our data and recreate and creates an itinerary.
Yeah.
I'm on the top right corner. I have the print button. So I can make a few printouts, like file summary is just a basic summary of the information we put in. You can print it and have it on a physical file if you do so. I do not recommend, but if you do so, then that's your tool. You can have already, I know it's too later, but you can still have guide instructions.
Yeah.
Which again takes the same information and process it for a very clear document you can give to a client, for example. Sorry, for the guide
For the guy.
or for the client if you wish. And there's another form of itinerary which is made to be printed. And you see here the Pacific Delight logo.
Yeah.
It's the printable documents. They include this logo. And now we go to quotes. Okay. So you see, this is the file number, the file name, and it says no quotes yet. You never made a price quote for this file. So let's create a new price quote. One click, and it's here. Now I can click the print, and I can see the way the client would receive it. Okay. This is the format for the client. I have the Pacific Delight logo, to the agent, from the operator, subject, the file name, the tour dates, and so on. Shalom and greetings. It is from Israel. We have to fix it. Package rates. For 30 people, that's the price per person. For 35, and so on. Here are the list, a single supplement, by the way, you see, automatically calculated. And then the hotel, all hotels appear, and the list of services, sites, restaurants, other services, etc. One little thing to see. Wait a second. Okay, so when I'm in the file,
Yeah.
okay, 1 second. When I'm in the file, for each of the services, there is a little choice of publish or P. You see? It means publish in quote. Should that service appear on the quote? It is calculated in the quote, of course, but is it published? Is it a public information? So you see, this Hackathons we put in, we didn't publish it.
Okay.
So therefore, it does not appear here. The client does not see that. You see?
Okay. Yeah.
So in that case, let's make it public so he can see it's included. And then I save. And then when I go back to the quote and refresh, I can see the Hackathons.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a little thing, but very important and useful one. So you can hide things if you don't want the client to know that they're included, but they're still included in the financial calculation. Okay. And the others by default are not public. So if you add something other, don't forget to make it public if you wish. And then some commercial rate terms, which I guess you might want to change in the future, but for now you got the default from us, the default text. So far, any questions?
Regarding the name of the hotel,
Yes.
so you see like double names like Beachfront Hotel Hokitika / Hokitika. So that means we need to edit the names of the hotels without the Hokitika. So you put the Hokitika at the back.
I'll talk to you later about that. We don't need to have bothered, but it is solvable. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The Southern Discovery down. Hold on. Because on the quotes it says Milford Sounds, but on this document it says Southern Discovery Queenstown.
Which one? Sorry. This one?
So if you see on the quotes on day 5, right? There's like Southern Discovery Queenstown, but also it says the name of the attractions like Milford Sound Scenic Cruise.
Yes.
But on the documentations, on the sites and activities, it only says Southern Discovery Queenstown. Can we change it to like more specific to Milford Sound?
I understand. I think yes. Let's I'm writing it down and we'll discuss it later. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Because Southern Discovery is more like a brand. And then, you know, like Milford Sound Cruise is more like the name of the activities, so people are more aware about it.
Okay. I wrote it down. I'll take a look later. Okay.
Yeah. Or you can put all the names like Southern Discovery, Milford Sound, because Southern Discovery, they have like multiple options, like multiple activities, like not only Milford Sounds.
Yeah,
They
I
also have
understand. I understand the need because it's not specific yet, and we'll take care of that. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Please, anything, please.
So probably with that, you need to have multiple entries of Southern Discoveries, right? For different.
No, we do have
okay.
entries. Yeah.
That's what it comes out in the quotation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
from me. Any questions?
Okay. So if nothing for now, we can continue and you can ask me later, okay?
Okay.
So now I'm clicking back here. And this is the quote that was automatically produced, right? I just click create new quote and this is what I've got. But if I want, I can make changes to that quote, by clicking on the little pencil here, I can edit the quote. On the left side, I can change the opening notes and accommodation notes and closing notes. Remember, let's go to see here. Remember, we had here shalom and greetings from Israel, and we want to change that. So I copy paste this text, and let's make it shalom and greetings. Okay.
Yeah.
Save. Of course, we fix the Israel thing just for demonstration. Now, when I go back to the quote, I see my own text. Okay. So this text can be personalized. Let's say I'm writing to somebody I know, or maybe I want to add something. So this is my opportunity to make the automatic format more personal and to touch it and not just take whatever the system has decided.
Okay.
So that is for opening notes. Closing notes is this section. So whatever you add here would replace this text. And then accommodation notes is just text to appear under the accommodation section here. So in case you want to have something like hotels booking prior to notification or whatever, rates might change during to seasonal change, whatever you want to have a general comment about the hotels, you can use this box here. Sorry.
Okay.
Here. Then on the right side, there is more interesting option or options where you can choose the number of people you are quoting for. So Yosu and myself, we make a default for the company. What is the default structure of the quote? But if you want to have something different, you can still do it. Let's say now the quoting starts from 30, right?
Yeah.
So let's say I want to make a quote for 12 people. Okay.
Yeah.
I click publish. I choose the vehicle that I'm traveling with. Okay. So that might be a small coach.
Yep. Small coach.
By the way, here there's a mistake. They all got into a sedan, which I don't think fits them. So we need to work on that details, but okay. And now when I click this calculator, the computer gives me the prices for this transportation. So right now they're all on 0. We can fix it. I'm writing it down for myself. And then let's just take, for example, how much you pay for a bus per day.
Well, let's say for the big one, 1,000 a day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And for the small one?
750, let's say.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Now I save. And when I go to the quote, I see I have a new category, 12 people. You see?
Yeah.
Now, we saw the print and we saw the edit. But there's another option here. If I click here on the quote version, you see file number 1001, version 1, quote number 1. So when I click that, I can see the same quote I saw before, but with all the rates, what we call an internal quote. It's supposed to be used internally, but if you want to send it to a client, then you're welcome. It's like open quote. The other quote just shows the bottom line, the summary. In that case, you can see the calculation. How does the computer creates his calculation? So I can see accommodation. You see, for all the accommodation, I can see the rate per person and the single supplement and so on. And then total per person for the accommodation. And then I see all the shared services, okay? The guide, the bus, the Hakadens, and so on. So the total of the shared is 2,900. And then sites and restaurants, etc. And then here, we call it the grand total per person. You can see the summary of how we got the number that we saw on the other page. The other page is only this bottom line, but here I can see my calculation. How much the accommodation. You see the accommodation does not change when I switch number of people because they all pay the same. Sites, meals, and others, the same. It doesn't matter if I have 20 people or 40 people, the rates are the same. But then shared cost, of course, the more people I have, the less each one has to pay.
Yeah.
And then the markup, which is the same, and then nothing else here. So this is the total per person, 12 people, 1,723, and so on.
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
No. I think it's pretty clear.
Okay. So two more things about the quote, and we're actually about to finish for today. So this is a bit more advanced feature, but I think you guys are diligent students, so we can get into it today. Here I have a button excluded. In this box, in this screen, sorry, I can see all the services listed in the file. And if I want to make something that is optional, let's make the Southern Discoveries, the Milford Sound. They say we might want to go there or maybe not. We're not sure ourselves. So you want to exclude that from the file. So I choose this one and save. Now, when I look at the price quote, my rates are decreased because this is the package rates. And then at the end, I see a box, additional services not included in rate offer package.
All right.
Okay. So whatever you exclude is basically optional for the client. So later you can either include it back in the calculation or not, up to you. But you can take out components from the package, which is automatically a package and not individual.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes it quick to amend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can use it as an optional cost.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the rate, when that comes up, that's the rate already marked up, isn't it?
No,
It's supposed to be.
Supposed to be. Okay.
Let me quickly
It's
check.
whatever you put in there, because I think
No, I think this one is the cost price.
it costs. So you have to manually change that if you wanted to.
Let me check this one, okay?
Sure.
It's supposed to be marked up if I remember correctly, but let me check it. All righty. So that's one thing to remember. You see here, I have the excluded. I have one item excluded. And now for the more daily use. So I made a quote. I make all the necessary changes and tweaks and adjustments. And when I'm ready to send, I can send through the computer with one click if you wish. But right now we didn't make this work, this publish. So the way to do it is you go to the print and you print to a PDF file and you send it by email to the client.
Okay.
Okay. After you do that, please please make sure you follow. You click on this button. This button means that this specific quote was sent to the client. When you click it, now the price quote is locked. It's burned down and you can watch it, okay? But you cannot make changes to it. Okay, you can only give it a name and some description if you want, but not change it. Okay?
Okay.
Oops. Now, you send it to the client, and the client said, you know what? I also want to go visit in a new place, in another place. I don't know attractions in New Zealand. So let's find something. Here they're staying at Hokitika.
Yep.
Do we have any attractions in Hokitika?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Actually,
You can choose the big sky stargazing. But
yeah,
that
that's
was-
one.
Sky. Okay. Okay. I make it exaggerated so you can easily notice. Okay. So I make a really high price for this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Save. Now, I put it here. And then when I go on the quotes, you see that my quote did not change. It's still 1,600 for 12 people. But I need to make a new quote, right? With the new changes. This new quote is live, meaning every change I make in the file is reflected in the quote. Okay? While this one it's not alive, it's frozen. It does not accept changes because I already sent it and I can change something I said. I can make a new one based on that. So now look, the live quote is decreased, and in the services, I can see that the skyline is added.
Yeah.
Right? Oh,
no,
sorry,
not
not
skyline. It was the
this one.
stargazing. Yeah, big sky.
Big sky. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I can send the client his later version.
Right.
So he sees that and he said, oh, sorry, I didn't know it's so expensive. I'm sorry, I don't want this last quote. I want the first quote you sent to me. Okay? So instead of working hard and trying to figure out what changes you have made, you can, of course, watch it. You can watch the two versions.
Yeah.
But the file is now updated for the later version. So what you can do is automatically go back to the previous quote. I click this roll back button here, the arrow. And now I have a third quote. But that third quote
That's the first one.
is equivalent to the first one. The computer removed everything I added or add anything I removed. Look, you see, it's not here anymore.
Yeah.
Gone. Why? Because I recovered the first version, so I can go back in time. It's like a time machine. Okay. And then I can make changes if I have to, or just send the third version, and you see the date is updated to the sending time, the time I click the publish. So you can automatically see that the top one is the most recent one.
Okay. So with this one, like if they go back and they said, I don't want that stargazing because too expensive, you still need to create a new one to go back to the original one, or can you still use the number one, so 1001-1 instead of making another one?
It's a good question. If you want, you can just keep two versions, 1 and 2, and you for yourself, you know that 1 is the real one. So you edit the 1 and you say internal name final. Okay. And then it appears as final. You see?
Right.
For yourself. Or it was the other one. Or you can do what I did and roll back. When you roll back, then we recommend to roll back because then you have an updated quote with the current timestamp. And typically, client would make many changes at once and not only one specific change every time. This is from what I know. So it's better to have the final version updated. It's only one click with the mouse, so it's not that big of a work, I guess.
Sure.
Not hard work.
Okay, so I guess for the quotation team, have to decide. I think it's best just do the rollback one so that you get the date and time updated.
Yeah.
Is that better? What do you guys think?
I think at the end we just asking for our clients the quote numbers, which one they want to decide which one the final one they prefer. As long as there's nothing changed, so we just say to them it's like, if they just wanted the previous quote, then just hit the previous quote. Unless they want to change a new one, like Michael said.
These are the
If they want
changes, then you may have to create a new one. But if
Yeah.
they want to go back to the original one,
Yeah,
just
then we just
put that one as final. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, that's it for today. That's all the things I wanted to discuss. How to create a file, how to create all the data within the file, and then how to create a quote based on that data. In the next training session, we'll go to reservations and vouchers and all the more booking related stuff. Okay. So what I recommend is that you start now making quotes. It can be past quotes or it can be future quotes, whatever you wish. And then you get a little bit hands-on experience. And then after everybody made a list, a few files, and you got a feeling of it, of course, you make a list of questions to Joshua and he talks to me and we figure out solutions. So after that, in a period of 1 week or 2 weeks, give or take, we can meet again to answer questions together and to proceed to the missing parts we didn't talk about yet: reservations, vouchers, etc. Just one little thing I wanted to show you. In the home, there is the search, which was not working, but I fixed it. So I just want to show you, this is the deep search. You can search files within a lot of criteria, like give me all the files of a specific client, within a specific, that have visited a specific attraction, for example, or within a date range, and so on. Okay, so that's another tool. It's not gonna be useful right now, but very soon in the future it's gonna be useful, I guess. Okay,
that's good. I think there's a few quotes that you can try. There's some requests, right? You can use that one already. Just
yes.
try it.
Please make a new request and then compare them to your Excel and then see where the gaps, if there are gaps, and try to figure it out. And when you can, then you talk to Yoshua and he talks to me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's good.
Any question from Joshua, Liz, and Rosa?
I guess for me, if let's say we have a new agents asking for a quote, right? Does that mean we need to input the new agent first, or we can just put some random name when we first created the file?
So basically, it's a management decisions. I would recommend to have the client with complete information and make him a quote. And then if after 2 years he comes back, you already can see him in your system. You know, you quoted for him once or twice or 5 times. But because people are sometimes busy, so they want a quick solution, and the quick solution is a random client, a non-listed client or whatever. So it's basically up to you. If you want to work properly, then having all the new clients registered is the best, because then the system helps you gather information over a longer time. Like we do, you know, we do ratios, like a booking ratio, cancellation ratio, and so on. So when you click on a client, you immediately see his relevancy to you. So if you don't put him and it's general clients, then it means nothing. But it's a managemental decision. Okay.
I agree with Michael. I think for every client, I think it's a good way to work as well, just to get their full details before making them a quote. So just stopping people from just asking for price. So if they're really genuine, they'll come back to us with all the details. And I think to have it in one go, so you're not repeating the work later, you put that client in the system so that if they ask for another quote next time, it's already in the system. So I would do that.
Just make sure you don't double put somebody.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Is there like a check in the system if we put like two agents for the same name?
I think the name, I think you cannot have it, but even a little bit of change, the system cannot say it's similar. So you need to make sure that when you want to add a new one, search for it 2 or 3 times. And if you make sure it's not there, then look, maybe even by email or phone or whatever other data you wish.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Any further questions?
No, not from me.
Okay. So I made a list of the things that came up during this session, and also we can discuss those later in a few, maybe tomorrow or the other day. And you can start rolling. And when you have trouble, talk to Joshua. If it's real trouble, he talks to me. If it's not that important, then we can discuss it in our next tutoring session altogether.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, Michael.
By the way, a little bit of good news. I guess you heard that Israel made some sort of peace agreement with the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain. Bahrain, how do you say it in English?
Bahrain.
You said Bahrain, it's the real name. So one very important thing is that from Israel, when we have to fly to the east, for instance, to New Zealand or Singapore or Indonesia or whatever eastern of us, we couldn't fly directly because we have Jordan and then we had Saudi Arabia, which never let us fly over the border. So we had the planes has to go take a longer route, which takes, of course, more time and money in order to get to the east. And now with this peace agreement, Saudi Arabia agreed for Israeli planes to fly over it. So it's supposed to make their flights to the east shorter and cheaper a little bit. So some good news when we'd like to meet each other in person.
Yes. Good idea.
And also flying through Dubai and Arab Emirates is very, very useful because they have big flight companies, airlines. So it's good to have very base connection.
That's good. I think in the future, if we get some clients in like Asia, you can come over and you do training and things like that. It's easier for you now.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So Rosales, anything from you guys? Nothing? All good? Okay.
No, I will try to what first thought to find was if I don't understand anything, then I will make a note.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
That's good. Okay. Have a good rest of the day and week.
You all good night, good evening, good afternoon.
We'll catch up again soon. Okay.
You all.
All right. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.